A very good afternoon to all the faculties and the participants who have joined in for today's faculty development program on generative AI and agentic AI. I request the faculties to inform their fellow friends and the other faculties to join in. We would be starting the session shortly. Good afternoon, everyone. I would request the faculties to give a gentle reminder to the other faculties to join in quickly. We would be starting the session at 3:05. A warm welcome to all the faculties, principal HODs who have joined in for today's session. It's again a gentle reminder for the faculties to join in quickly. We would be starting the session at 3:05 p.m.
Good evening. I'm Dr. N.M. Nandita and I have joined the meeting.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon, ma'am. Good afternoon, ma'am. Yeah.
Ma'am, we would be shortly starting our session. We are waiting for the other faculties to join in.
Sure, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. Thank you.
Good afternoon and a warm welcome to all the esteemed faculty members, principal, HOD, and the dignitaries from various other premier institutions who have joined in for today's faculty development program on generative AI and agentic AI. Before we could start with, let me give you a quick intro about ExcelR. ExcelR founded in 2013, having its branches in 5 cities by IIM ISB alumni, and we cater to the skilling needs of individuals, institutions, and industries. So far, we have trained 8 lakh plus students and professionals, having a strong connect with our premium associations like iHub Divya Sampark, Skill Up APSSDC, APSHE, TASK, KMDC, IIT Madras, Pravartak, IIT Roorkee, BITS Pilani, NASCOM Future Skill Prime, and Swayam Plus. ExcelR is been awarded and recognized by Deloitte, Silicon India, PMP Training, Analytics India, for our various category of training programs on the emerging technology front. We have a decade of training excellence in delivering faculty development programs, close to 80,000 plus faculties, student development program, close to 8 lakh plus students, having its placement partners close to 5,000 plus and academy partners 2,000 plus. We have been constantly delivering our training programs at various colleges, online, offline, through webinars, seminar, workshops on the 40 plus technical courses. So far, we have been delivering under everyday learning, the student development and the faculty development programs, close to 8 lakh plus, and faculty development program covered faculties close to 70,000 plus, with engineering degree and other category of colleges. For today's program, faculty development program, we have 2,823 plus registrations from various states, Telangana, Maharashtra, Andhra, Karnataka, Tamil Nadu, and Odisha. So under our everyday learning program, this with a vision of ExcelR have been coined out for providing application-oriented training for students and faculty, hands-on training on the trending technologies to support the colleges in fulfilling a few of the NAC and NBA requirements. We, through our offerings under everyday learning, connect with the colleges in signing MOU, conduct webinars, faculty development program, professional training, and all through our learning management system tool with additional assignments and assessments covering for every program. And we also have industry use cases, which is discussions on the real use cases by eminent experts. And we also support the learners through placement preparations, campus recruitment training, and coding challenge sessions. These are some of our training programs which we have in our learning management system tool. A learner who enrolls for an everyday learning program will get the login credentials for the LMS and will be able to view the upcoming events and the past events. So these are some of our student development program, which we have covered close to 59 plus student development programs under the everyday learning, and constantly participating colleges are close to 1,600 plus. And these were delivered on the most popular programs like DSA, ChatGPT, Generative AI, Advanced Excel, Salesforce, Python, artificial intelligence, and many more. These are some of the popular programs which we have shortlisted and given now for the showcasing. Similarly, we have faculty development program close to 42 plus, which we have delivered so far, with constantly participating colleges are 1,519. And under these as well, we will find the most popular programs like GenAI, Agentic AI, deep learning, digital marketing, data analytics, cybersecurity, ChatGPT, and data analytics using Tableau. So these are the certificates. A learner who participates under the everyday learning program will be honored with the ExcelR participation certificate. And these are some of the prestigious certificates which we have delivered to the participants during our training programs. This is to bring to your notice that are some of our recent engagements: data analytics using Minitab tool, training at IIT Roorkee, Power BI training delivered at BITS Pilani, Hyderabad campus for the students, and the campus recruitment training, which is a 5-subject module as a ExcelR initiative to skill up the final year students with placement assistance on coding skills, quantitative aptitude, logical reasoning, verbal ability, soft skills, resume, LinkedIn profile building, and tips and techniques to ace the personal interview group discussion, which was in collaboration with iHub Divya Sampark. And iHub Divya Sampark took the initiative of issuing the prestigious certificate to the students or the learners who completely, cleared all the rounds or completed the training skill up final year program. So we have the maximum participation from Andhra Pradesh, where 10,000 plus students who participated for this skill up final year program. Overall, it was 50,000 plus students who enrolled for the skill up final year program. So without much further ado, let me take you for today's faculty development program on generative AI and agentic AI. So this gives me the privilege to honor our distinguished guest from ICFI, Dr. Ravi Gujula, Chief Industry Connect and Skill Development from ICFI, who is a distinguished PhD from IIT Hyderabad in computational fluid dynamics and blends over 15 plus years of corporate acumen with a decade of academic and administrative excellence. He is a former chairman of the Board of Studies at KL University and principal in AP. He excels in skill development, establishing centers of excellence and fortifying industry academia connections, render graduate industry ready. A warm welcome to you, sir, and over to you.
Yeah, thank you, Nitya, for my introduction. I hope I am audible.
Yes, sir, you are very much audible.
Yeah, thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. It's a privilege to be here today at this faculty development program on generative AI and agentic AI, organizing by ExcelR in collaboration with ICFI Group. I truly appreciate this kind of initiative by both in collaboration with the educational institutions and the industry experts providing by ExcelR. So these, institutions essentially required at these kind of initiatives, bringing this very timely and relevant topic of our academic community for university and institutions. So as you know, today the paradigm shift in artificial intelligence is just no longer a futuristic concept. It's a reality shaping the way we teach, the way we learn, and then tracking the students' learning path, their progression. So this Gen AI in particular has opened up a few frontiers in creating, enhancing the productivity and then the innovation. From writing a code to generating out of creative, intelligent assistance, it is redefining how knowledge is produced and shared among the learning and development fraternity. What excites me even more, this is the evolution towards agentic AI system that cannot only generate but also it's autonomously make decisions and then enhance the productivity and also with the humans. This represents a shift from AI pilot in our day-to-day life activities, academic, industrial, and research domain. For educators, this is an incredible opportunity by understanding, adapting these technologies to become a creators, not just a consumers of AI-driven solutions. So the faculty development programs like this one play a key role in bringing the gap, empowering teachers to create AI concepts, tools, and ethics into every discipline of domain. So as I think this is a 1 week long faculty development program, I encourage each and every one faculty to explore how AI can enhance teaching and research and innovation in problem solving and critical thinking. That is, going to be help for the students in to solve real world problems. Let's look behind the technology itself and focus on how it can help solve real world challenges, whatever in maybe in education or might be in a healthcare or environment or in a governance or in a sustainable goals or whatever it may be. Right now the IT scenario is changing rapidly, where we need to create students, we need to produce students to capture the emerging technology opportunities, like as you know the global capability centers, which are which are looking for digital technologies like AI, data science, AR, VR, XR, MR. So those kind of skill sets are essentially required for these global capability centers. There is a huge openings available in these global capability centers where it's our responsibility to create those kind of talented students from our education factories or it's universities. So I think I congratulate the organizers from Team ExcelR and the faculty who are participating from various universities and ICFI group. Really, it's a great, a wonderful platform for your collaborative learning and also interactive. And I think ExcelR, I personally witnessed last 4 years how they deliver the faculty development program and student development program by by introducing subject matter experts as a master trainers. So I think I'm confident that this program will inspire many ideas and research collaborations based on these emerging technologies and skill build initiatives across the faculty fraternity. So I once again congratulations all the faculty members to be a more create and like a more interactive learning. And let's take the glimpse of the technology, and then it's a great opportunity for you to implement in the classroom by creating a new technology domain experts of our students. Wish you all the best. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Dr. Ravi Gujula, sir. It was an honor to have you with us, and we deeply thank you for your time and effort for being part of this event, sir.
Thank you very much.
So let me move on to our next dignitary, Dr. N.M. Nandita, Dean, School of Electronics, Satyabama Institute of Science and Technology. Madam, with 25 years of teaching experience, has led research projects funded by DST, TNS, CST, BRNS, and BRFST. She is also a life member of Institution of Engineers, and she is also a gold medal in ME, Power Electronics and Industrial Drives. A warm welcome to you, ma'am.
Good evening, ma'am. Thank you for your kind introduction. So, it's my pleasure and privilege to be part of this faculty development program, which is conducted in collaboration with the Department of ECE, Satyabama Institute of Science and Technology, Chennai. So, in Satyabama, we strongly believe that lifelong learning is the only aspect where every individual in India has to concentrate on, and there is no saturation for learning, and there is no full stop for learning. So, human resource development being the most important necessity in our country, I appreciate the effort taken by ExcelR in conducting so many faculty development programs and student development programs. I feel like I am honored to be associated with these people who think that growth in for the future generation can happen only when we learn the concepts well. And on seeing the topics on which they are providing the FDPs and SDPs, I'm very happy, and I assure you that all this will help in generating or in molding the future generations, either through teachers, through faculty development programs, or directly to the students who are the direct stakeholders. It will result in a better India in future. So thank you, ExcelR, for this continued effort in lifelong learning for the faculty and the students. And I wish all the participants all the very best. And let us hope we learn what we wanted to learn. So thank you all. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you very much for your inspiring and kind words, ma'am. Let me move upon to the next dignitary for today's afternoon, Dr. Yasmeen Shaikh, HOD and Professor, Artificial Intelligence and Data Science from SG Balekundri Institute of Technology. Madam has 20 plus years of academic experience. Her research focuses on IoT, machine learning, cloud computing, big data analytics, and smart healthcare systems. She has published close to 15 plus papers, guided funded projects, holds patents, and serves as a reviewer for reputed journals and conferences. A warm welcome to you, ma'am. Ma'am, we are unable to hear you.
Thank you very much, madam, for such a wonderful introduction. It is an honor and privilege to serve as a guest speaker for this FDP program on generative AI and agentic AI. I congratulate ExcelR for organizing this FDP, which will help the faculty all over the country in the trending technologies. I would like to speak about the transformative role of SDP at ExcelR. The student development programs the ExcelR is providing is quite but a powerful engine where the learner's academic journey is being converted into the raw curiosity into confidential capability. Rather than offering the isolated workshops, the ExcelR designs student development programs as growth ecosystems where students are nudged, guided, and occasionally catapulted into the future of technology and industry expectations. ExcelR's student development program turns academic potentials into professional momentum, preparing students to step into industry with skills that breathe, adopt, and evolve. The emerging technologies have a great impact on higher education. The emerging technologies are reshaping the higher education with the quiet force of a tide that never retreats. Campuses then once relied on static lectures now are uh, integrating with digital ecosystems, making learners more flexible, immersive, and responsive to the world outside the academic walls. Cloud platforms, the virtual classrooms, AI-driven content, delivery dissolve. These all things they dissolve the geographical boundaries, such as a student anywhere. For an example, in Belgavi, they can collaborate with a country such as Berlin and turn the education into global conversation rather than a local event. Again, to speak about the AI tutors, the adaptive learning analytics, and intelligent assessment tools make the learner's strength and stumbling points more uh, vulnerable. Technologies such as AR, VR create spaces where anatomy students they can walk into the beating heart. High performance computing, the cloud-based labs, and AI-driven research assistants, they provide scholars to focus on insights, discovery, and innovation. To highlight about the what are the reflections of academic and industry collaboration for future ready learning. The academic industry collaboration has begun to feel like a long awaited alignment of two worlds that never meant to stand apart. Academia brings depth, inquiry, and the discipline of structured learning. Industry brings urgency, innovation, and the pulse of real world challenges. When these streams meet together, learners gain an education that breathes with relevance. The industry partners they provide fresh perspectives and talent shaped not only by academic rigor but by hands-on competence. The faculties are benefited through exposure to evolving trends, enabling them to refresh their pedagogies with insights drawn from current practices. The collaboration encourages agility, curiosity, and willingness to adapt, qualities essential for future ready learners. Ultimately, the academy industry collaboration acts as a compass that keeps education aligned with the shifting horizon. This ensures that the students, faculty step into the future not as passive observers but as active contributors equipped with skills that evolve along with the world they are about to shape. With this brief introduction about the activities carried out by ExcelR, I thank the team for inviting me as a guest speaker. Thank you.
We sincerely appreciate the knowledge and the inspiration you have shared to our learners, ma'am. Thank you very much.
Thank you, ma'am.
Let me introduce you to our industry expert trainer, Ms. Narayani Vishwanathan, Data Science and Business Intelligence, who has accomplished her expertise in data science, business intelligence, with over 7+ years of experience, and also a founder of Neural Net Data Science, Chennai, and expertise in statistics, machine learning, AI, Power BI, Tableau, advanced data integration, having delivered 100+ programs to 500+ professionals and executives. She has proven success in driving 20% of improvement in the corporate decision making and enabling 85% of the learners to transition into data-driven roles through innovative and industry-aligned training solutions. A warm welcome to you, Ms. Narayani.
Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to today's program. So I would be your trainer for the next week, coming week, where we will actually go through this small expedition of learning what is generative AI to welding the power of AI into making our own apps or our own codecs, which will enable us to become more successful in terms of wielding the power of today's technology in generating students who are much more aware and also who have the power to understand and wield this power in the future careers. Okay. Yeah. Can I share my screen, Shweta?
Ms. Narayani, we will just hand over the session to you once after
Okay.
the LMS walkthrough.
All right, sure.
So further, let me introduce you to Mr. Amar Shivate, who will be providing you with the complete LMS walkthrough, after which the session will be handed over to Ms. Narayan. Over to you, Amar.
Thank you. So, dear faculty members, once again, very good afternoon. And myself, Amar, I will give you the quick walkthrough onto the LMS portal. So, by using the LMS portal, wherever we are going to share the recordings of the session, all the material, agenda, attendance, everything will be available with you. Not only for the program time, but after the program as well, you can refer the material and recordings throughout the year. Okay. After completion of the registration successfully on the registration page of ExcelR, EDL pre-course registration page, immediately you will be getting the access. So at that time, you can check your mail inbox. With that, you can check into the spam folder and junk box as well. Sometimes there are chances to get that mail in there. Okay. So once you check, you will find this mail LMS portal account details by ExcelR. So if you are a first time user of ExcelR program, then you will find this mail. And if you already attended any program, okay, and you already have your account created onto the portal, so you will find only one email, that is a welcome email like this. Okay, but if you're second time user or if you're already done the program, no need to worry. Follow this URL mylearning.excel.com and you are able to log in easily. Okay, so now let's suppose that this is just for the information, like how we are going to follow the steps to accessing or signing in the LMS. Okay, so here you are able to see the portal link. So that's nothing but the URL. So the LMS URL is mylearning.excelr.com. Email address, that is nothing but your username and the password. So this is a system generated password. So it's a little bit lengthy and difficult as well. So I will explain on that as well, how we are able to update the password once we are going to log into the LMS portal. Okay. So now suppose that I'm clicking on this link, mylearning.excelr.com. If you already have an account, so you can directly search onto the browser as well. There is no any issue with that. Okay. So once I click on this link, it will take me to the next page, that is sign in or login page. Okay. And here I have to provide my email address. Okay. So please make sure that you are entering the mail address which you use for the registration and password. So you receive the password, which is a system generated password. Okay. So you can provide that. So once you provide the details, it will take us to the dashboard, or else it will give us the error like there's some problem in the email address or password, right? So make sure that you are entering the details correctly. And if you're still struggling, then you can utilize the forgot your password option. You will receive one token email to reset the password. Click on that and simply forget your password and you can relog. Okay. So suppose I provided my credentials and I'm clicking on to the sign in. So what next? So let me reshare my screen and directly we'll go through the dashboard now. And first of all, we'll start with the joining the session. So today, everybody received the mail from our team site to join the session, containing the Zoom and the YouTube details as well, right? So from tomorrow onwards, I'm requesting every faculty members, those who are present here over the Zoom and YouTube, we have to join the session from the LMS portal. Okay. So once you provide the details, you are able to see. So let me go to the home page once, because what is to happen. So once you log in, you will first of all come to the home page, a web page of the LMS portal, where a couple of ExcelR courses are live in collaboration with the NASCOM or SOEM Plus. Okay. So from here, you are able to see the profile, right? Right hand upper side corner, you can check a profile option. Click on that, and once you click on that, you are able to see the dashboard. So you can just go to the dashboard. Okay. So once you go to the dashboard, then you are able to see the community, leaderboard, dashboard, purchase history, and profile. Okay. So they said that as the first time you are receiving the system generated password, so we'll update the password. So I'm clicking on to the profile, then I have option of setting. Okay. So here, what I have to do, so from here, I can update my details by mistakenly if you provided wrong name as well, or some spelling mistake or anything, so you can directly update from here. So full name, your username, you can verify your mobile number if it's required. It's not compulsory. Then here you have to update the password. Okay, so whatever password you're looking for, you can just type it here. Again, type it here into the confirm your password. And once both passwords are going to be matched, update password button will be enabled and you can update the password. Okay, very simple process. You have to come into the profile setting and update the password. Now let me go here. So community will be not available for you. So leaderboard. Okay, so leaderboard is available on your dashboard. So this is the concept wherever we are providing the trainings to the different universities or colleges as well, or different EDL programs. So for that, we are conducting some exams like coding exams, proctored coding exams, proctored MCQ assessment or assignment things. So upon that, students will receive, or faculty members will receive the XPs, and that will be available here. Okay, so it will be available for all of you. Okay, so now the important thing about the dashboard. Okay, so the first thing that is how to join the session. So every day we are going to have like today and next 4 days, in total 5 days, 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. we are going to have the session, right? And sharp at 3 o'clock, if you come here, so you will find the live session today. Okay, a pop-up, and there you will find the day one FDP on GenAI and Agentic AI day one. Okay, so let me click on that. Once you click on that, here you can check, you have two options. First of all, you can join the session using Zoom. If you're struggling or if you're facing any issue with the network, so we are live on YouTube as well. And YouTube members, those who are watching on YouTube, no need to worry. You can always refer a live chat to share the questions with us. Our team, our host member will take care of that. And all the links that we have to download in application or attendance link, that will be also shared over the YouTube as well. Okay, so you can join the session via Zoom, or is your second option, that is YouTube live. Now let me go back onto the dashboard. We are done with the process, like how we are going to join the session. But once the sessions are going to be completed, if you want to report the recordings or if you want to utilize the material, so how we are going to utilize that, right? So let's scroll down a little bit, and here on my dashboard, you are able to see the 81 enrolled courses, right? But as per the number of courses which you completed or you enrolled with the ExcelR, so that courses are available on your dashboard in enrolled courses. Okay, so here you can check FDP on GenAI and Agentic AI. So I'm clicking on that, and here you will get all the information: agenda, attendance and feedback, link, live session, session recordings, material. Okay, so let's start with the agenda. If you open the agenda, you will find one PDF file, and there you will get to know that actually what we are going to learn to the next 5 days. Below that, you are able to see the attendance and feedback. Okay, so coming to the attendance and feedback, here you will find the link. Click on that. It will take you to the one Google form, a simple information which you have to provide. While providing the details, please make sure that you are utilizing the same mail ID for all 5 days. The second point, the link will be active in between 4:30 to 5:30 p.m. for that day only. Okay, so day one link will be open at 4:30 and it will close on day one at 5:30. Okay, as I said that use the single mail ID, because if you are going to use the different mail IDs, like sometime what is to happen, sometime you will use the college mail ID, and again second day you will be using the personal mail ID. In that scenario, it will be creating your two accounts, and the attendance will be violated. There will be two accounts for the attendance calculation, and you will not meet the criteria to get the certification. So the 60% attendance is mandatory to get the certificate of participation in collaboration with ExcelR and collaborative colleges. So please make sure that here, you can assume that you have to use the registered mail ID only. Okay, so upon that, then there will be no any issues or difficulties in the future as well about the certification. Okay, so definitely if you're not able to register, if you're not able to log in, or if you're struggling anywhere, no need to worry. Sharp at 4:30, our team will be sharing the attendance and feedback link in the chat box over the Zoom and YouTube as well. Okay, I'm so sorry, I'm back. Okay, yes. So attendance and feedback, then live session, what I already explained how we are going to join. Then session recordings. Okay, so you can check here, day one attendance, day one recording is here. So once after completion of the session, immediately that session recording will be available here. So all 5 days recording will be available here, like day one up to day 5. And whatever the material we are going to utilize, So that will be uploaded here. So as of now, there is no any material, but whatever we are going to use, so end of the day, that material will be available there. Yes. So that's how we are going to utilize the LMS portal. I hope it's clear. Can we get a completion certificate? Yes, yes. So certificate of participation will be there, but just one criteria for that, 60% attendance. Okay. So the attendance come feedback link will be shared over the YouTube chat, Zoom chat, and it's available over the LMS portal as well. You can submit that anytime in between 4:30 to 5:30. Yes, so that's all from my side about the LMS portal. I hope it's clear. If any doubt, you can just drop in the chat box. Okay, so we'll take it up. In future, again, if you're facing any difficulty or if you want to reach out to us for any concern, you can just drop an email to edl@excelr.com. Our team will take care of that. Thank you so much. And Nitya ma'am, over to you.
Thank you, Amar, for a quick walkthrough on the LMS. So hope the queries related to LMS will be addressed a little later as during we have a coordinator who will be constantly assisting you on this same. So now let me hand over the session to Ms. Narayani, who will be your expert for the learning. Over to you, Ms. Narayani.
So let me share my screen. Yes, is my screen visible to everyone?
Yes, ma'am, it
is. Yes, sure. So guys, welcome to today's session. So our goal for today's session is basically we are going to move slowly from becoming a user of this Gen AI platforms to someone who is going to master and create our own agentic AI, mediums. So what I mean is, from like you have become a professor for this, also you had a journey. You had to do your, graduation, post graduation, masters, your PhD. So similarly, in this 5 days, we are actually going to traverse this journey. It's going to be a shorter one because we are particularly going to use the various tools and technology to further our, teaching and, our performance so that we can benefit ourselves and our students, right? So today we are basically going to look at what are the different ways in which Gen AI exists today and how we can use this to make our life, much easier, more effective, so that we can concentrate majority of our efforts in, you know, things which are going to be very helpful for our progress and our students' progress. So you can think of this like a MS Office toolkit, Gen AI, for today's session, because it is going to come in handy for all of us to make ourselves more productive. Okay, so we are going to look at these as intelligent tools. I will show you some of these tools. We will also do some prompting today, where we probably can generate a complete 60-day pedagogy as well as the class notes on some topics. Okay, we will do hands-on. I also want you guys to be a little more participative. Please talk or chat, put your comments on chat so that we can take up. Okay. Right. So as I was introduced, you can see this is my introduction. I'm not going to go through my introduction, but you can look at this. So whenever we are talking about, AI and we were looking at data analytics, you generally talk about this ladder. This ladder was actually created by Bain. And they basically said that, whenever you have data, basically you can utilize this data in such a way that you can not only find out what are the best ways, or you can provide, to managers a way in which you can do things better, okay, which is insight, rather than just completely basing your judgment or your future course of action on instinct or intuition. We can move to insights, right? But when we are talking about Gen AI, we are actually talking about optimization. So what we are talking about is, I can actually use these tools and I can basically improve my productivity quite a bit. Okay, so we have a lot of these tools which are already provided to us. There have been a lot of work and research which has happened, because of which it is possible for us to take this and run with it in our daily life. Okay, so that's where we are. So somewhere today we are going to look at this insight section. So we will be looking at different platforms and understanding how this works, so that perhaps this can help us. Okay. Okay, so let's look at our daily hour movement. We are all teachers and professors. We definitely have a lot of activities apart from teaching. We probably are taking care of research. We are probably helping students write papers. We are perhaps also doing some mundane tasks, right? So I want you guys to think about and tell me, what are these tasks which really, burden you, in the sense there is really 35 to 40%, almost, half of your day is filled with activities which are going to be repetitive, mundane. For example, taking attendance, right? It could also be about writing certain emails, certain administrative tasks. These are actually certain workloads which are burdensome, but they are essential. They need to be done on a daily basis. So can you recall such activities which take so much of your time and resources? So I would want you guys to use your mic or use the chat and come with some of these activities. Yeah, I can see that some of you are raising your hands. You can use your mic, or you can put your comments in chat. Yes, go ahead, guys. What are the kind of activities which are there? Anyone? Hello? Yeah, can you be a little loud? I cannot hear you much. Yeah.
Hello, madam.
Yeah, tell me, sir.
So, in terms of faculty activity, first 10 minutes, my job is attendance.
Correct.
So, what happens in my college, they created a system. I have a 50 minutes class. If I'm not putting my attendance of that hour, 50 minutes plus 20 minutes. So, maximum 70 to 80 minutes, if I'm not putting the attendance, that system will be locked by itself.
Correct. Yes.
Then I have to go to HOD to get a permission to write a letter. What is the reason why I'm not putting the attendance?
Okay,
That
got
is
it.
end of the 5 o'clock. Even
Yes,
if HOD says 5 o'clock, overall attendance of the day of the day of the department, he has to write a letter to the principal. Why you are not doing that? Why I missed that attendance?
Correct. Yes. Yeah.
That is
Attendance is something. Yes, correct.
something.
Yes, yes.
Since
Attendance is something mandatory that, yeah, which is definitely a crux of everything we do, because everything is based on
one
our
thing,
attendance.
in US, they don't take attendance.
Correct.
But I don't know why we have even 2025, okay, 2002 making attendance is reasonable. 2025, still we have a more, because from parent side, because of parents, a lot of institutions doing this job.
Correct. Yes, yes.
Second one is data entry of the student. Like
Yes.
some student may not pay the fees, then the management or department head asking us to track those students whether they're paying the fees or not. That kind of data. And then if the student for any committee comes, we have to have a student data. Whether
Correct.
it's nowadays student, even if you 1 day, 2 day time, they will not fill the data in the Google form. We have to keep tracking on it.
Correct.
So this data thing is there. This is for per subject. Okay?
Yes. Yes.
Similarly, 6 faculties per department, 9 or 12 faculties, each have to do the same thing.
Yeah, and also if you are in a department, it is perhaps mandatory that you also talk to your assistant teachers or associate
everything.
professors.
And
Yeah.
then one more biggest problem is
Mm.
the student comes, all the data gathered during admission process.
Mm-hmm.
Every accounts department or HR department or individual department like CAC, electrical, something,
Mm-hmm.
repetitive data keep on asking from the student side or else from the faculty side. Repetitive data.
Correct.
So even if I am joining as a faculty, while joining, I give all my Aadhaar detail, bank detail, PAN details, degree details. I'll submit it to the HR department. Again, if I come to my department, again the PA or HOD asks, sir, give me your academic track
Yes.
data. I don't know why.
So you can see that all of these are administrative tasks, right?
Administrative plus
yeah,
repetitive data is keep
exactly.
without knowing other things.
Correct. Yes. Correct.
This is not done last 25 years. Keep on doing this.
Correct. Exactly. So this is almost like you are in office. So at least in office, you probably today have, your finger-based or attendance register. So, it's just part of it where you sign and go in. But you are saying that in colleges, apart from, having these entrances, you also have a login system, which is a slightly, maybe 20 years backward system where you have to go and put your attendance there, right? I've
That is
also got, yeah,
that
and
is
I've,
one thing.
yes.
One more thing in my college, the using the ERP and separate login is there. One more system is there. While
Correct.
applying leave, I have to apply this system and I have to apply in ERP. After that, I have to send an email to HR.
Correct. Yes.
By seeing HOD or other colleagues who are alternating my classes, I already registered my leave in the two different systems. Apart
Correct.
from that, I have to send email also.
Yes. Got it. So you can see that a lot of this is actually weighing upon your, ability to perform your daily tasks, because this is always a burden, right? You have to ensure that all of these things are also happening side by side. And there is very little leeway in terms of time or when you probably, accomplish these tasks. So apart from this, I've also got some in chat. I have got this input that there are. So Bashini is saying that she's sending emails about daily task status to the headline manager in a consolidated sheet, right? So perhaps you also have a LMS kind of system where you are putting your daily task and then you're also showing that which of these tasks have been completed or it is in progress. Then FST is saying that preparing and updating PPTs for class. Yes, this is also another important. So customizing PPTs is also something which perhaps a lot of you have to take care of it, because it is also one of the main deliverables. But what entails here is, to a large level, sometimes, you have very rigid syllabus and you have got every class which is slightly different from, in terms of their ability to absorb or their attention levels or their interaction changes. So accordingly, you are going to update your PPTs, and perhaps you do spend a lot of time in enabling this meets your standards as well as it is engaging to the student. Then I've also got feedback saying that, assignment checking, yes. So we have these quizzes, assignments. Then you also have a syllabus completion tracking, correct? So these are also things that comes within the department. Somewhere HOD is involved. You can see that a lot of these are admin, class preparation, as well as I have not seen much of you talking about research related tasks. But I'm sure that in research also, if you are running a lab, you perhaps have got PhD scholars, you also have the normal classes happening. So you have to probably, give instructions to your PhD scholars, which is again something you have to ensure your lab is running very well and everything is sanitized and it is working as per the standards, and all the machinery that is given to you are also utilized well, right? So these are actually, you can see the workload reality, and these are actually to a level irritants that perhaps reduce your enthusiasm on the job, right? So our main question is it possible for us to use AI, right, to alleviate this burden. So we definitely want to today look at some samples or examples where you can use this generative AI, okay, and see how we can use generative AI so that some of these tasks could be automated. Or maybe some of these tasks you have to do, but can you do it with a smile, or find it easier to do it maybe with your mobile? Or, suppose you have an agent on your mobile phone, right, which is going to write these emails. Maybe you can just check it and do a send, right? Or you have some agent in your laptop or in your computer. Will it make your life easier? So that's where we are looking at how generative AI can be used, okay, and can it help us do our job better, right? So Manmojit Singh is saying, for resources like PPT, I developed a website which includes all slides. Okay, great. Yes. So it is also a good thing that you probably are creating a repository of different PPT resources. Yes. So you can see that you have all devised your own ways of doing this. Now, let's say you have a repository. Now you want to customize your PPTs. You also need to commit in an order. So customizing means that you probably have to go through this PPT again and again and again. So it could be a job which is a little frustrating, right? So our question here is, how can I use GenAI to do this? Okay, so let's see. Okay, I want you guys to be open and tell me, what is your understanding of generative AI? What is generative AI? What do you understand by generative AI, guys? Professors, I know some of you are you're doing a lot of research into AI, ML, generative AI. Yes. Rupa, yes. Damala, Rupa, you can definitely use the mic or use the chat. What do you understand by generative AI? There is no right or wrong answer. I just want you guys to just tell me what you understand by that. Yes. Go ahead. Yeah. Yeah, Rupa, go ahead. What do you understand by generative AI? Yes. Rupa has raised your hands. Rao has also raised your hands. Yeah. Use the mic or you can use the chat window. Tell me what you understand by generative AI.
Yeah, good afternoon, ma'am. This is Srinivas Rao from Tech.
Yeah. Go ahead, sir.
Yeah, in my opinion, generative AI means initially we'll create a model by feeding lot of raw data, a
Okay.
large amount of data.
Okay.
Based on that amount of data, we'll train the model. So again, to our model, if we give any query, it will generate a new content from the model trained.
Very good. Very good. Okay. Yes, sir. Oh, you're almost there. Yeah. Anyone else who has a different view want to add to this? Hardik, Rupa, yeah, go ahead.
Yes, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, Hardik. Go ahead.
Yeah, I would like to add one thing to Srinivas's comment. So this would be like a real-time generative data.
Okay.
So as we used to have like old generation of machine learning as traditional way, we used to create, we used to train it on static data. So this generative AI uses all the real-time data and all the ones that are going to come, and they will be learning itself as well as predicting the data as well.
Very good. Yes, correct. So it is real time. So Hardik has added this thing. So we have learned that it generates content. Hardik has added to this, saying that it will be on real time. Yes. Rupa, you want to add to this? Yeah, Rupa, you can use your mic if that is available. I've unmuted you. Saravani, I have unmuted you. You can also go ahead, put your inputs.
Yeah. Am I audible, ma'am?
Yes, I can hear you. Go ahead.
Yeah, actually, I agree with both the sirs who had spoke regarding generative AI. According to my perception, they work on the massive data sets, ma'am, and also they will also understand the relationship patterns, intelligence, etc.
Very
And also
interesting. Yes.
they can able to generate the new content. That means comparing to the other AI, the generative AI has that ability to generate the new content
Very
by
nice.
using what
Yes.
it has learned. Yeah.
So, Shravani, thanks to you, you have added another two aspects. Yeah, it probably is made on a lot of data sets, and that context is important, right? If I have to put it in one word.
Yeah,
Yes.
we can get the novel output from it, the new output.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Very nice. Yeah. Anyone else who wants to add to this, or shall we just go with? I will give you my interpretation of this. Okay, so Chetan is writing generative AI is a type of artificial intelligence that creates new content such as text, images, audio by learning from vast amounts of data. Yes, thanks for sharing this. Bashini is talking about, yeah, based on my knowledge, generative AI includes building up use cases similar to human knowledge interactions. I think Bashini is talking about chatbots, right? Yes. So generative AI to a large level started as chatbots, but today we know that they have moved forward. Okay, AI that can generate synthetic data. Okay, great. So let's deal with all these things. Okay, what is generative AI? So one of the examples which gives you a sample of generative AI is your Gmail. I think all of you have got a Google account, I guess, and you will find that when you are trying to write your emails, it does suggest you the next word, isn't it? So you can see when I write best, it says regards. You can see here on the screen, right? So to a large level, you can see it is actually complying to everything that you actually spoke about, right? There is perhaps a lot of data tokens. So it is trained on a lot of emails. You can see that it is generating text here. So this is an example of text generation AI. Okay. You can see that it is taking care of spellings, grammar. It is also generating context. So when you say I wrote thank you, it's immediately writing thank you very much for contacting us, right? It is possible for me to further, improve on this by using certain specific keywords so that the context will change, right? So you can see that this is an example of generative AI. Okay, I can see some of you are wanting to update or you want to talk. Hardik, Shavani, Shaikh, do you guys want to add to this? Okay, I'm going to unmute John. Johnny Bush. Yeah, okay. You want to add to this?
No, what is the point the people are already
You agree
exploded?
to that?
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
yes. Thank you so much. So, what is generative AI? So, generative AI, as you're saying, actually is a LLM. So, what is LLM? LLM is nothing but a large language model. That means that if I have this model, it will be dependent on the languages on which I have built. So I will have a model for English, I will have a model for Tamil, I need to build another model for Hindi. Okay, it's not possible for you to basically have one model which will generate in Hindi as well as English as well as in other languages. Why? Because we know that the grammar rules changes, right? Then the words, the way in which words operate, it changes, the nuance changes, right? So definitely it is dependent on grammar, how the language is spoken versus how it is written, how, so you will find that many jobs in terms of generative AI, if at all you see, it will ask for a PhD, not only in statistics and programming, it will also require you to be a big expert in languages. Okay, like some of you have said, yes, it is a deep learning. So what do we mean by deep learning? It somewhere uses our brain as a prototype. Okay, so what happens as a child, you will find that when a child starts to speak, initially it copies others, then slowly you will find that the child sees one cat. Okay, you will find that the child is able to identify using the features of the cat. If it sees a different cat or a kitten, it will still be able to identify that this is a cat, right? So that's how generative AI also works. So you basically have to train generative AI. So this is why you first take a lot of data and you train this model. Okay, so whenever we are talking about a chat GPT or a Google Gemini, so these are people who have created this model and trained it with a lot of data. They have also put the context, right? For example, if you are using this model to create a customer service emails, right? The context is that you are writing an email or you are creating a script to talk to your consumers. Whereas if you are a faculty and you are addressing your students, that is the context. Or if you are someone who is, let's say, a product manager, then the context is that you have to basically supervise and you have to somewhere talk to different task teams. One would be an engineering team, another could be a marketing team, third could be a questionnaire interview team, right? So these are the different contexts. And in generative AI, they have done the whole spectrum. So when you are using a chat GPT, you find that they have definitely taken a lot of data that could be through different media, news sources, encyclopedia, articles, novels, okay, poetry. So they've taken all of this. And when you say you're asking it in a query, it will answer your questions. If you're asking it to write a prose or an essay, it will write the question, answer, right? But to make it slightly better, you will have to add a context to it. So the way in which this basically works is every time generative AI is, you can see when I write, hey, James, thank, it immediately is suggesting you very much. These are called as tokens. Okay. So whenever you write thank, it automatically says thank you very much, right? So it is generating these words. So what is it doing? It is running a probabilistic model, and it is generating that generally based on all the data that I have been provided. Okay, thank is generally means the next word is you, thank you. Okay, very much is also there. So it is predicting these words. You can see that it is doing two things here. Okay, one is it is running this probability based model, and it is also giving you the word with the highest probability. So when you say thank you, right, you is probably having a probability of 90%. So 90% of the people or the data in which this ChatGPT or Google is sitting on, thank, the next word that generally people use is you. So it is saying thank you very much, So this is what we talk as tokens. Whenever you are going to change these models, you are perhaps going to look at these tokens. Okay. Am I making sense, everyone? Yes? So when we are saying that it is generating synthetic data, it is actually not generating synthetic data. What it is doing is, it has taken all the data that you have fed it as training data, and it is basically predicting that in all this data, what is the word which basically comes after the word that you entered. Now, when I put 100 elements, we can, manually see that it should be this one. Suppose you have put millions and billions of different articles. Every article is going to have so many words, right? So if I look at every word as an input and an output, right? So you can see that there should be a way in which computer is going to address this. We call them as tokens. So whenever data is fed into the system, what happens is we do a number of processes. One of the processes is called as tokenization. Okay, so in tokenization, what becomes very important are the words, the first word, second word, third word. These becomes very important. You perhaps remove words which are not so important, like, you have articles or you might have conjunctions. They don't add, any information to this, right? So you might remove all of this. You take the words which actually are important, right? And you feed it into the system. So these are then called as tokens. So not only are these tokens fed into the system based on the context, they're also generating the probability of which token should come next. Am I making sense, guys? What is generative AI? So when you say generative AI is generating data, we are actually looking at the data which generally 90% of the people use along with this word, which word, and it is predicting that and it is showing that as an output. Is it clear, everyone? Anyone having any query? Is the concept of generative AI clear to you? Okay, this is how words are there. Similarly, when you look at images, so what happens is, yeah, go ahead, sir.
This is only for text generation or any other, because a lot of people use for the customer related queries, all those things. What
Yes.
about some industrial cases? Any example for some industrial case?
Yeah, so in industrial cases also, what you do is that you basically take all your information, which is confidential information, you probably license these models, and under, you take your own servers and you basically feed all of this data as inputs. Okay, and based on this, you can generate. It is possible. So today you will find that manuals, industrial and other technical manuals which are written have all been automated thanks to generative AI. The only thing is you probably will not be using these free or commercial software. You would probably license them and use it much more confidentially when it comes to words. Am I making sense, Johnny? Does that answer your question?
Okay, madam.
Yeah. When you look at it, is today not only restricted to words, you find that it is also there in images. So I think all of us knew that around 2-3 months ago, different anime became very, very big with ChatGPT. So what happened is lot of images of animes and Japanese illustrations and their different ways of cartoon based movies, these were all fed into the model. So there is a software called as DALI, which is also accessed by ChatGPT. And if you start defining the what should be the style or how should it look like, so if you're able to say that this is the kind of light I want, this is the saturation I want, this is the type of animations that I want, you find that it is able to generate. So again, the main issue which I think some of these Japanese illustrators have taken to and they have sued ChatGPT and other companies is that it does not work in isolation. So to generate these, what it is doing, it is actually taking all their works, it is plugging it into their system without their assent. So there is probably, there is the technicality which is not there. And based on it, they are generating, isn't it? So that has become the main area of contention, but that is how, these images are generated. Similarly, you today also have, you can generate text to voice, you can generate text and you can make anyone read it. So you might be sitting here in India writing some text. It's possible for you to create an artificial voice and it might have a different accent, maybe a British accent or a Brazilian accent, right? That's possible. You can generate videos. You can create your own personas like that. You can create animations like this. You can even create data. So you can access data which is available everywhere and you can create your own. So we are going to look at all these examples. So you can see that I have put a lot of this. I would definitely show each of this to you. So let's see one by one how each of these works. I think all of you have used ChatGPT, correct? So before I go to demonstration, I can see that Arden has raised his hand. Shaikh is John, he's also raised your hand. Yeah, guys, do you want anything to add to this?
No need, ma'am.
All right, okay. So let's look at this. So I want you guys to basically maybe look at ChatGPT. So let's, I'm gonna go to my desktop. Okay. Can you see my screen, everyone?
No, madam, it's coming very clear.
Yeah, can you see my screen, everyone? Yeah. So you can see ChatGPT, right? So everyone probably knows how to use ChatGPT. But let's say I am saying that, can you write a poem on, say, inflation today, okay? Or something like this. You can see that there is no context. The only thing I have said is I want a poem. So you can see it's writing a poem of the price of air. Can you see this? Visible to everyone? You can see that I have not even given it a great command or anything. I just told that I want a poem. So it knows that there needs to be a rhyming, there is a meter. You can see automatically. So when I was telling you to create these generative AI from start, you need to have some kind of degrees in language. So you can see that this is exhibited here. So you can see there is mask, you can see ask, right? So there is rhyming here. You can also see that it is like 2 lines. The rhyming is happening every 2 lines, right? First line, third line and all, okay? So you can see that there is a rhythm, there is a meter. So it is taking care of many things, right? So you can see this is ChatGPT. Now let's look at another Gen AI. You can generate your own music, okay? So here you can see that I want to generate something, okay? So what I had done is, you can see there is this app called Suno AI. So you can see it is suno.com. If you go to this, it is possible for you to generate your own, lyrics, your own music. Okay. You can basically, you can see, you can select K-pop or, whether you want acoustic or you want a rock music. So you can see I have generated some themes on Gen AI. So you can see that I had given an input that, this should be about Gen AI. That is the only input I have put. You can see it has given me 4 different types of music. Right? I have basically only specified that it should be a music based on, it is talking about generative AI, and it should be on the genre pop rock. You can see that, right? So you can see that it has generated for me 4 types of music. Okay, so there is someone raising your hands. Yeah. Okay. Okay, please tell Gen AI for technical maths. Okay, so I think there are specific solutions which are available for technical maths. Remind me, I will tell you how to do it at the end of the session. Okay. Okay, then let's go for free AI voice generation. So I was telling you there are platforms where you can generate realistic voices, right? So you can see that this is called as 11 Labs, right? So this is a platform. So today what is happening is a lot of these BPO call centers are getting replaced by these kind of apps, people having access to this. Okay, so you can see that you can have it in English, Afrikaans, Arabic, Armenian, Assamese, right? You can see all of this is there. Yes. So you have your text to speech agents. So I can actually play this also. You can see that I have got dubbing, speech to text, voice cloning, Levent reader, music agents. You can see a lot of that is happening here, right? So I can basically have here, you can see towards the end, you have narrator story. So you can see that this is generated. I can definitely change the context, and I can say that narrator story, have 2 speakers, create a dialogue, and I can just play. If I do playing, you will find that currently, I think I'm not able to play it, but you can sign up and you can see that it is possible for you to play these. You can also convert this into an announcer. You have a voiceover for a game. Yes. Let's look at another app, which is called as Natural Reader. So I think most of us use our Siri or our Amazon or our Google Office Assistant. And today it's possible for you to it is possible for you to you can see that it is possible for you to today possibly, create these kind of natural reader voices across different languages, different dialects. And you can also see that it's also giving you a lot of options. So you can have a child voice. You can also have a BBC voice, which was Sonia, right? Versus a calm narrator, a soft narrator, right? So it is possible for you to create content with very less manual help with generative AI. You can see that. So you can see that I can use it for personal use or for commercial use, right? And it is possible for us to start writing content. You can see I can write some content. So you can see that, it is possible for me to basically use some of these voices, right? And I can possibly, have a very professional way of, right? So it's possible for us to do everything. You can see that I didn't even sign up, right? I'm just using this. And it is possible for me to record this and use it in a professional place also, isn't it? Similarly, we were talking about images, right? So it is possible for her to, we can use, we can put some prompts. So what are prompts? What you write here as inputs or as a question, which will give you an output answering your question, right? These are what we call as prompt. It's almost similar to what we write in Google. So when we used to search using Google, we used to basically use certain sequences or certain keywords, right? So here again, for prompting, we can do that. So for example, so you can see whenever I'm prompting, you can see what I'm doing, right? I am actually asking it a question, right? And I'm also giving a context. And I'm also saying that, please generate. So you can say that instead of saying the best way, okay, I can say that, okay, I can also say that I want you to generate 5 different things for me, right? So you can see these are different ways. So you have icebreaker, you have a collaborative visioning, you have a reflection activity, a carousel, right? Connections challenge. So it's going to create a carousel for me, an image. So I'm just showing you how easy it is to basically get options. And it is also easy for you to do this testing phase. So to a large number of us, whenever we are designing a courseware or we are creating our, you can see, right? It's created, you can see what it's doing. So there is a carousel. So it is basically giving me the idea that I can have different desks here, right? So you can see that what was the lag? I did not tell it whether it's an online session or an offline session. So it assumed automatically that it's going to be a face-to-face session, and you can see that what it has done is, it has basically given me an option where I have got different desks, and it's possible that I'm going to give different topics to each of these desks and then have interactive sessions, right? You can see that. You can see this is a carousel, right? And you are calling people to come and present. So you can see that it is possible for us to use this even for our own, when you are developing some ideas or you are reflecting something, you can use these generative AI to see whether this is making sense. Sometimes you can use these tools also to sound your ideas, right? Similarly, we can generate AI videos, right? So you can see this is something called as invideo.io. I have given you these different websites. I basically just want you to try these out. Okay. So maybe, you can just sign in and you can try it out. So you'll find that in many of these, I can just put my login IDs. So you can see I can create YouTube videos, explainer videos, marketing contents, right? So many things you can do. So I can possibly, just write an input, and based on this, I can create some videos. So I don't have to even write a script. It will take care of that. So it's possible for us to do this, right? I can create, let's say, I can just put my topic here. Right? So I can add background music. I can put some subtitles. I don't need any subtitles, right? So language, you can say that I want this English, right? Voice actors. So I can select what kind of voice. I can have an American voice, a Californian accent, right? I can use a young British voice. I can do a proceed, and it's going to generate my video. So this is going to be shorts. It is also going to take care of what should be width, how long it will be. It will be around 30 seconds, right? Because I've actually specified that it's going to be a YouTube shorts. Okay. Then there is this particular app called as Hail UOAI. This is an amazing platform which I have seen. This is a Chinese platform, but it's very easy for us to basically create these animations. So it's possible for you to create animations based on this. You can see these kind of animations you can actually create just by using some prompts. Prompts is what you're asking, right? So these kind of animations you can create. Or something like that. You can, of course, you can create a video like this, right? So it's asking for these kind of inputs. Okay, so you can try this app also. Then people who are using Canva, right? I think most of us use Canva today. Most of us don't use Photoshop. We use Canva. So it is possible for us to use animated videos using Canva. It's very important and it's very easy, right? So it does offer us a lot of, so it changes the picture based on the prompt. It also gives you the most widely used picture It will give you ratings along with that, right? So we can do that. Then finally, we also have data-based products. So you can see that whenever we say data, what we mean is that these people actually have a set of panel respondents, and they perhaps are going to take responses from these people on a battery of categories and questions. And based on these questions, they do sell this data, and you can basically synthetically generate more data. What do I mean is, it's possible for you to basically duplicate these data to a sample size. So you can do basically all these kind of sampling activities using these kind of resources and websites. So this is called as data.ai. So you can see that there are a lot of these ways in which GenAI is provided, right? Correct? Everyone? Okay, so for coding again, we have ChatGPT itself has something called as a codex. So if you subscribe to their Plus or their Pro level, you can also create your complete code. So whether it's SQL or it is going to be Microsoft based or Java or Python, right? It is going to actually provide you the complete code. It will give you testing, debugging. You can just try it out and it will help you actually. So even in normal ChatGPT, it is possible for us to generate code. So I will share with you my own experience. So when I downloaded Python, I changed my laptop. So I downloaded Python. I have a Apple laptop. So I basically did not use, Anaconda. I basically just installed Python. And I basically wanted to create a virtual environment and I wanted to activate it. So there was some error because of which I could not activate it. So I used ChatGPT to debug it. And I actually today, I do have, I can easily access and run programs, accordingly. So you can see that generative AI definitely helps us with a lot of these resources. Okay. So I think we have only the next half an hour for the session, right? So we are going to now put it to use, right? So let's see that in academia, we have, I think most of the discussions we had with respect to daily 50% of work, which is a workload, is either related to teaching, where you are creating these presentations or stimulus for your students, or it is going to be in terms of research work or administration. So let's look at how Gen AI can be used. So you can use your Gen AI, whether it is ChatGPT or Gemini or Claude or some of the tools that I have used to generate your lesson plans. You can create slides. So another apps that you can try is called Gamma. Okay, so there is an app called as Gamma where you can just put your notes. It will generate a PPT for you. So gamma.app is the website. So you can jot it down and try it out. Okay, so you can also do assignments. So you can definitely use your Copilot and you can create assignments using, you have quizzes, right? So all that you can do. You can create summaries and quiz questions. So this again you can do. So you can generate your quiz questions from ChatGPT or Gemini or other apps. You can create an app using Claude. You can ask it to create an app. So let's maybe try that out. Okay. You can translate materials for international students. So it is possible for us to use Google Translate using Gemini. And you can basically, like I showed you also, you can also generate content in different languages. So if you are looking at local languages, perhaps it may be an issue and perhaps we will have to depend on, I think Indian government itself has actually now created a project for some of the Indian languages. I will share the link of this by the end of the class. so that you can access that also if you want. You can develop differentiated learning resources. So for example, you can put a toolkit, right? You can basically have a PPT with a quiz, and you can also have some ready reckoner, flashcards. So you can actually create a complete set of resources which can be used by your students for their learning. Yeah, I can see a number of hands which are raised. Yeah, tell me, Adan, Professor Krishnan, yes. Do you want to add something to this?
Hello.
Yeah, tell me, sir.
Ma'am, regarding teaching, you mentioned so many good points.
Yes.
Can you show me some sample demo?
Yes,
so
yes. In fact, that is the demo we will do. Okay. So let's do that. Maybe we will generate a class plan. Okay. So let's do that. Okay. So before I go to it, I'm going to show you a prompt which I have created. Okay. Can you see my screen, everyone? So this is actually, I have created a prompt for ChatGPT. Okay. This is going to be a hands-on session. I'm going to share this with you. You can see that I have created a prompt here. So what this is going to do is I'm going to create a complete pedagogy as well as slides, class plan, lecture notes. You can see handouts, class activity, quiz, assignment, visual summary for one class, 60-minute class. Okay. I have created this prompt. So all you have to do here is you can use this prompt. So the only thing that you are actually going to change here, if you want to customize this, okay, is instead of, you can see that I have written something called as object-oriented programming, right? This is where I have created this. You can replace this with whatever topic you want. Okay, so I'm going to share this particular prompt with you, all of you. So let me share that, I think, just a second. Yes. So I'm going to share this prompt in the chat. So this is the ChatGPT prompt. So you can open this document in Word or in text file or any other word processor you have got. Okay, you can just open it. You can go to your ChatGPT window and you can simply copy this. I'm just showing this. You can also do this, right? You can see I've just copied this whole thing, right? So instead of, let's say, object-oriented program, using, let's say, Java. So instead of Java, let's say I'm going to use Python, okay? Or C#. Okay, let it be beta. So I'm just changing this to electrical engineering. Okay. So you can see it is giving me the complete overview Object-oriented programming using C#, designed for second year BTech electrical engineering student, non-CS but technically inclined. You can see this. It is given me, you can see the topic name, duration, learning objectives, right? Class plan, you can see this. So you can see that it is also giving me a lecture of demo of inheritance and polymorphism using vehicle, car, electric car. Smart bulb is the property, right? So you will find that if you had just used my original prompt in ChatGPT, these examples would have changed. So you can see it is even giving me code, you can see in C#. Can you see that, everyone? Encapsulation, abstraction, inheritance, polymorphism. It is giving me the handout. It's given me class activity, how I should go about doing it. You can see it's giving me MCQ also. 10 MCQs, assignments, visual summary, right? Yes, everyone? Yeah. So you can try this also, guys. Similarly, you can change this. Suppose I want this to, I want to teach anatomy, human anatomy. First year MBBS. Okay. I'm using the same prompt. The only thing I've changed is this. So here you can see it's given me every 5 minutes what I should be discussing, what should be my lecture notes. So you can see it is actually telling me about. So can you see everything? It's actually giving me a complete handout, class activity, MCQs, assignment, visual summary. Yeah. Yes, everyone. So we have basically just generated some prompt. Tomorrow we are going to take this up. We will learn prompt engineering in detail tomorrow. Okay. So today it's just a sample where we have created a lesson plan, right? So similarly, you can do research. You can summarize literature and research papers. So it is possible for you to basically put in a number of research papers. You can ask Gemini or ChatGPT to summarize it. You can rewrite or you can polish your abstract. Sometimes what happens is, let's say you're reading some text or you're reading some non-fiction and you want to improve your understanding of what you are reading. So you can ask ChatGPT to generate some quizzes for you, or you can actually, write some of the hypotheses or things that you think is happening here. And you can ask, it's almost like, a companion where you can, somewhere you can discuss your theories or your, it can sometimes help you in understanding or get a deeper appreciation of the text that you're looking at. That is possible. Okay. Then, as I showed you, you can write code for simulations, right? So you can definitely get some of the code written, especially in SQL and other things you can definitely do. Yeah, I can see a number of people raising your hands. Do you want to share anything, guys? Yeah, Adan, Kishan, Tej. Subhadra, yeah. Do you want to add anything to this? You have any questions?
Ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I have a question, ma'am.
Yeah, go ahead.
Subhadra here.
Yeah.
I actually want to know, like, I have an idea or the application is mine, the idea is mine, but
Okay.
I have used it, I applied it using ChatGPT
Okay.
and generated the output.
Okay.
Will that be counted as my original, or will it get into plagiarism?
Yes. So very interesting. So the thing is that if you are actually giving a number of your own ideas, it could be, let's say, you're writing a paragraph. Okay. You are yourself putting, let's say, I am writing an essay of, I think that the world is not moving forward, it's moving 10 steps backwards. Let's say this is what I want to write about. Then it is possible for me to write all my opinions. And one is I can ask ChatGPT for evidence, whether this is true, this is false. You can ask it for examples and counter examples. Okay. So that is one way in which you can vet your ideas. And then you can also write it as an essay. Okay. I am just not looking at an app. I'm just looking at this as an essay, right? Now, definitely when I am generating this essay through ChatGPT and I put it into the AI, so there are a number of plagiarism is where you are bluntly copying the whole ideas, right? So there is one is you can check for plagiarism, right? Number second is you can also check whether these words are generated by AI. Okay, so it is possible that it is not plagiarized. Maybe these ideas are original, but please understand that once you are putting it into ChatGPT, now to a large level, it is in the open. ChatGPT is now free to use your own ideas. So always be mindful of this. Okay. And yes, you have to change language, because if you are going to check this text for AI generation, it is going to show very high for AI generation. So some of the ways in which you know whether this is generated by AI is you will find that it is going to show you double spacing, between lines, you will have double spacing. It will use, the tick mark or cross mark. These are all generated by ChatGPT. Gemini has slightly different way. Similarly, you will have two lines, right? That is also an indicator that is generated by AI. Another thing is grammatically, you will see that you will have after and, before and, you will have a comma and then you will say and. So these are some of the ways in which you know this is ChatGPT generated. So it's a good idea for you to make these changes. Similarly, some words. So please understand that these words have been generated based on a lot of context, right? Lot of training data. So if you change the words, if you have changing the structure of the sentence, then it will not show as ChatGPT. So whenever you are writing research papers or you are trying to show something as your original work, it's a good idea to check whether it is having AI generated text and keep it around 10-15% only. So this will basically mean cleaning all these grammatical issues that I was telling you, right? Keeping the language to be slightly more formal. And another way is that we can actually tell ChatGPT, you can actually tell input ChatGPT some of the text that you have created, and then tell ChatGPT that I want you to exactly copy my way of writing. Okay, so you input, let's say 10, 20 pieces of your own literature. You will find that ChatGPT will now write like you only. So that is called as customization. So we will look at all of these tomorrow. Have I answered your question, Subhadra?
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay.
Madam,
Thank you. Thanks.
I have one question, madam.
Yeah, go ahead.
Regarding teaching, you gave the sample prompt, right?
Yes, correct.
But in teaching, we have a program educational objective, course objective,
correct.
And then we have, for example, you mentioned hoops, right? Hoops, we have a syllabus.
Yes.
So can I feed that syllabus, and also
Yes.
can I feed my educational and POs in a structured format? Then based on that, I have to get my things.
Yes, yes, it is possible, sir. Yes.
So because whatever we are doing is a general in the teaching curriculum, we did it general. Maybe that is for lower level like higher secondary schools. That's fine.
Okay.
But now the engineering colleges, yes, we know how to do these things. But question is, every subject has a program educational objective, program objectives, this kind of specification given by the AICTE based on the
Correct.
courses.
Yes, yes.
So, and they have given the specific syllabus, a 5-unit syllabus.
Yes.
5-unit model. So I have that data and objective, program educative objective. Then I feed these things. Then I have to ask prompt so that I will have my,
Yes, yes, it's possible, sir. So there is also another thing called as in Google, you have something called as the Google LM notebooks. So there, if you are having these different syllabus and every document as a PDF, so I'll show you, you can upload it, okay? And you can basically, you can refer to that. So within these syllabus, and let's say you are using some textbooks also, if you have the PDF, you can upload it, okay? I think you can create some 20 notebooks or something for one account. So you can actually feed all the material you've got, and then you can actually use this and you can ask, to generate only using these syllabus and, your course book and everything to create, let's say, a 45-minute class content. So please understand that when this creates, the output will only be based on the different documents that you have provided. It will not be from the internet. So that's also possible.
So that tool is Google LM notebook, right?
Yes, yes.
So
I'll show you if you want. Yeah.
I can give the required document based on my requirement.
Yes.
Then
so I'll just show you.
Prompt and document that will give the.
Yeah, correct. So I can just. So I can just go here. You can see this, right? Google Notebook LM, right? So I can create. So here you can see what I have done. I'm just showing you something I had done. Okay. I have done a number of questionnaires. So I basically have created a lot of farming based questionnaires here. You can see. I have uploaded everything here. Okay. So you can see I've got fungicide questionnaire, retailer, right? So I have only put all of this. So I can say that please create a new survey for cotton farmers in Maharashtra. Okay. And the goal is to understand how monsoons affect. Okay, something like this. So you can see that it is only going to access all of this. And it will show me an output. So can you see this? So I have put a lot of these questionnaires. So it is, you can see it is going to only, it is only based on everything I have put. Okay, it is showing me that this is how your questionnaire should look like. Yeah, you can see this?
Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am.
So it's possible. So there is no access of any.
I'm asking because I'm a first time in this class.
Yes, got it. Does this answer your question?
Yes, ma'am.
All right.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, Tej and Amdan and Kishan, I think you also had some queries. Yeah, go ahead, guys. Madhavi. Yeah, I've asked you guys to unmute yourself. Let me know. Shall we move on, or you have any other queries, guys? Okay, I'm just moving on. I think we did not complete this. So similarly for administration also, you can draft your agendas. You can draft your minute of meetings, right? You can basically record your meeting or the session. And based on that, you can, input this recorded session and ask one of the software to write the minute of meeting. That's also possible. Similarly, you can do documentation. You can write policy writing. Like I showed you, you can also do a kind of understanding analysis. You can do questions. You can ask ChatGPT to answer you, or you can basically put some documents and, you can do a lot of mining from the documents saying that what is right, what is wrong, right? And you can also generate remotes and summary. So if you are using a Copilot, so Copilot also uses ChatGPT. The main difference is that Copilot is free to most of us. I think most of us professors and lecturers have access to Microsoft Office accounts, right? So Copilot actually comes free with that. The only thing is that in Copilot, you can have a thread of 5 linked questions. Then you have to again generate it from start. Another important news is that ChatGPT is free for 12 months. You just have to put your credit card details. For the next 12 months, it is free. So ChatGPT Go is free for you. So all of us, if you want, we can use that also. It's going to be completely free for the next 12 months. Okay, clear? So why Gen AI matters? So I told you, you can definitely get your preparation for teaching material, your research and administration. So majority of this, humdrums of daily work, the grind, you can actually automate it. So what actually matters is not just the material, it is how you deliver, right? How creative you are, right? So these are the things that perhaps you can now focus on rather than doing repetitive administrative tasks or changing one small thing, or doing a proofread. So all of this you can automate. So I think we did a task. We already did this particular task. You can also, like I showed you, generating anatomy for first year MBBS, you can change it. So you can see that in the prompt that I shared with you, every part of that particular prompt was written into it, right? You can change that also if you want, and you can definitely create documents which are much more customizable. Currently, if you want to use this prompt, only change this title. You will be able to create similar outputs for any of the topics. Okay, so another important thing is, I think there's been a lot of thought about, how AI is replacing you, how AI is gonna definitely affect our jobs and things like that. I think as lecturers and as the main gatekeepers to the world of knowledge, it is not going to replace us. Why? Because the kind of domain expertise, right, and the experience that you guys have is not going to be replaced by a machine. Now, it's possible that AI is going to do things, but please understand it is a tool which is going to harness the power of assimilated text. It does not understand that which of these texts are useful, which of these texts are jargons, which of these texts are important, which is not important. It is simply creating these based on a lot of textbooks that it has read. That's it. So just like you can have 100 of course material, but without the teacher or the lecturer, the student is not going to make much sense of the textbook. Similarly is AI. So this is the reason why you will find that although there are a lot of YouTube videos and a lot of online classes, you still have a job. And in fact, your job becomes much, much more important because of your expertise, your empathy, your creativity, and the way in which you connect with your learners is what motivates them to achieve. That is not going to be replaced. Yeah. So some of the things that we should keep in mind of how we can harness AI is definitely, one is the human plus AI framework. Like I have just showed you, it's very, very important that we provide the direction, the context. So although AI has a context, it doesn't know whether this is going to be used for teaching or whether this is going to be used for writing a handbook or whether this is going to be used as a cheating code, right? We do not, it doesn't know. So that is where the faculty role comes into the picture. So the direction and context you will set, the professional judgment, right? So for example, let's say you're a maths professor, then it becomes very, very important that you teach what is a theorem, what is a corollary, what is an axiom, what are the if conditions, what are the only if. So these are some of the rules that you are setting up, right? No AI is going to basically be able to give these instructions and enable students to understand and follow this strictly, right? So you find that the professional judgment, so which is to be followed one after the other and where discretion comes, right? That is something that you are going to be a better judge and you will be able to provide your learners. Then similarly, like we have discussed in some of the Q&A sessions, verification accuracy, right? So definitely we cannot say that everything that AI generates is going to be accurate. There are always going to be a lot of places where it will lie. So when AI lies, we call it as an hallucination. Okay. So it's very, very important that we have to understand that anything AI generates need not be true. Sometimes some of the things that we have to keep in mind is when was this model updated? Maybe, you know, ChatGPT 5.0 was updated in mid-April 2025. That means it does not have access to anything that is generated or produced after that, right? So it will possibly not generate anything of use if you're going to ask about current affairs to AI. Similarly, we have ethical oversight and responsibility. Yes, we have to be much more responsible. If people have patents or if there are going to be legal ramifications of some material, that we cannot basically use AI and disperse it for free. So we have to keep mind of these legal frameworks and licensing norms. Okay. So overall, what we are trying to say is that AI is a very good assistant. It's a great tool and you are the expert. So it's like you have to basically guide the usage and look at the ramifications of using it also. So you have this double-edged sword which is at your service and it is up to us to use it. Some of the risks, so let me, before closing today's session, let's look at some of the risks that are associated with AI. Like I told you, it has got something called as hallucinations. What are hallucination? It will basically give you wrong information, misinformation, errors. Then there could be bias. So what are bias? So for example, whenever you're looking at crash test. So in India, if you look at the road safety norms and crash test, many of us do not know that the crash tests are only performed using male dummies. That to white people. So white people, if you're comparing it versus Indians, they are much taller. They have slightly different anatomic proportions, right? So these are all bias. So whenever you are using any of these platforms, you have to be mindful that there is going to be bias. So it's a good idea for us to always understand what are the various restrictions, sampling, and bias that the data which is contained in the system is perhaps restricted to. Then privacy concerns. So like I told you, there could be a lot of legal ramifications. There could be a lot of research, private, confidential data which is there. So there could be a lot of privacy concerns that we have to address. We also have to be mindful of academic integrity. So this is some of the reasons why I think recently some research sites were actually not accessible in India because of some Delhi High Court decisions. So there are certain kind of academic guidelines which are there. So we need to be mindful of these. And finally, we cannot say that what I am saying is true because ChatGPT is saying. We need to definitely test our hypothesis. We need to have data and use our technical expertise for coming to these conclusions. Okay, so with this, we come to the end of the session as such. Okay, so we can definitely do some question and answers if any of you have any other questions. Yeah, guys, Tej and others are raising your hands. Do you have any other questions, guys? Yeah, Adan, Kishan, Madhavi, and Tej. Yeah, I have just unmuted you. So do you guys?
Hello, ma'am.
Yeah, go ahead, Madhavi. Yeah.
Ma'am, actually, whatever the mathematical typing is there,
Yeah.
it not comes through ChatGPT, and many examples we cannot solve through ChatGPT. He directly tells it directly tells the final answer, है ना? So if I want to solve the example step by step with mathematical writing, and if I want to know the tools from where how to solve the unsolved examples,
So actually,
so
there
how
are
to do?
Yeah, so basically you have to use something called as latex. So, which is there, you have to use latex writing. So if you are looking at, in-depth solutions, so in ChatGPT itself, you can say that instead of giving you the solutions, you can ask it to generate it in latex. There are also certain software which are available, which you can actually use especially for, I think, but these are licensed software. I do not know which is free. Maybe I'll just check and come back to you whether there are any, for mathematical writing, there are any free tools. I'll get back to you. Okay. But generally, when you use latex, so you will find that those will have the mathematical writing and all those symbols. Am I making sense? Yeah. You can try that out. Yeah, Professor Kishan, Adan, and Tej. Yeah. Any other questions? Hello? Anyone else having any other question? Okay. So guys, thank you so much for taking time and attending the first day session. So today was just a sample of how you can use ChatGPT for a very small thing like automating your daily actions. Okay. So in tomorrow's session, we will actually go ahead and we will actually be looking at, how we can convert this into a app, or how we can make this among, agentic AI or AI agents. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much for your informative session. So we'll meet again by tomorrow at 3 p.m. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Yeah.
So yeah, dear faculty members, as attendance link has been shared, this is just a reminder. I request you all to mark your attendance without any fail. So the attendance link will be active only till 5:30. So from 4:30 to 5:30, the attendance link will be active. After 5:30, you can't mark your attendance. As we informed in the starting, 60% of attendance is mandatory to get the certificate. Make sure that you will be marking your attendance every day in the live session.
That's right.
Okay, and tomorrow's session also the same, 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. The link you can use the same, whatever the Zoom link which we have shared it, the same Zoom link you can use. Only the YouTube link will change. You can use the Zoom link for all the 5 days. The same Zoom link. Okay, and one more thing, this is the faculty development program. The students can join this particular program, but you will not get the certificate. So I'm just repeating, this is the faculty development program. So only for the faculties we are issuing the certificate. For the student, we will not issue the certificate. Only for your knowledge, you can join the particular program. Okay. Yeah. So we will wind up for the day. Thank you all. Thank you for joining. We'll meet again by tomorrow at 3 p.m.